Hi there everybody, in this video I'm going to talk to you about the difference between a D-block element and a transition element. Lots of people think they mean the same thing. Now a D-block element means that that element has got its highest energy electron found in a D subshell or D orbital, we can say as well. But not all the D-block elements are transition elements. By definition, a transition element is a D-block element which has at least one stable ion with an incomplete D subshell. And so that means we need to pick a D-block element, look for its stable ions, or if it only has one, what that looks like, and then examine if that particular ion has got an incomplete D subshell. Now, incomplete obviously means at least one in there, but we can't have it completely full with 10, for instance. So which elements out of the D block, and that first period is the one I'm going to focus on here for A-level chemistry, actually don't classify as transition elements? Well, our first one is the first one in, scandium. Scandium only has one stable ion, which is scandium 3+. And when you look at the electron configuration for scandium 3+, you'll find that actually it ends in 3p6, because 4s ends up emptied and it only had one D subshell electron to begin with. That means scandium's only stable ion of scandium 3+ doesn't have an incomplete D subshell, making scandium not a transition element, but still a D block element. What other element isn't a transition element but can be found in the D block? The answer is zinc. Now, zinc is actually our last element in the D block, looking at that first period, and lots of people think that zinc is a transition element, but it isn't, because it breaks the definition. The only stable ion of zinc is zinc 2+. And when we look at the electron configuration of zinc 2+, because we remove electrons from 4s before 3d, the electron configuration of zinc 2+ ends with 4s0 3d10. And because it's got those 10 electrons in there, it has filled that D subshell, meaning that the zinc doesn't have at least one stable ion with an incomplete D subshell, meaning it can't be a transition element, but it is a D block element. Those are the only two you need to worry about for your A-level in chemistry, and I hope that clears things up for you. Make sure you do revise that just as much as everything else in transition elements for the exam, because the exam board knows that this little section is often overlooked, and it's got a direct link to first year chemistry. Until next time though, happy revising.